Cignetti's track record suggests that a turnaround season for IU in the Big Ten is more than possible. It would be a welcome change.
The only thing certain in life is change. Change is a drummer who never loses the beat. Always playing in time. Throughout time. For years, Big Ten football filled stadiums and set records on TV. Winning the hearts of Middle America and championships along the way. This week, the Big Ten hits the airwaves in full stereo. A conference that spans from the Atlantic to the Pacific. A louder, faster beat. Backed by an 18-team orchestra. Ready to launch a hard-hitting symphony. Welcome to a new day. Welcome to the new Big Ten.
Revved up with the excitement of a new season set to begin, a very new-looking group of Indiana Hoosiers take the field at Memorial Stadium. Football on the Big Ten Network is presented by Unleaded 88. Today, the FIU Panthers have made their way from Miami, Florida, to meet up with the Indiana Hoosiers, who can't wait to make a strong first impression. It is great to see you again. Alongside former USC standout quarterback Matt Barkley, I am Joe Beninati. With your California roots, I'm sure you're happy to see that the Big Ten has gone west. What appeals to you most about the new conference landscape?
We've got coast-to-coast competition now with the addition of USC, Oregon, Washington, and UCLA bringing storied traditions into the mix. Now, they got rid of the East-West Conference, but they're keeping key matchups, and we're going to see national matchups, big games every week.
Curt Cignetti has been a master at turning around losing programs quickly. He has the fans here in Indiana buzzing. What is it about him that stands out to you?
It might be his biggest challenge yet, but he wins. He knows how to win, and he's bringing that culture. You see it all around the facility, all around the building. It's building a culture of a winning team, and when you attract top talent like he did, bringing in transfers from JMU, he's looking to start this next era off with a win.
The Hoosiers are expected to have transfer quarterback Curtis Rourke running the show on offense for us today. It took him all of 10 days to commit to IU through the transfer portal. What does he bring to the table?
He comes in with a lot of experience, 33 games played. Coaches love his unflappable nature. He's able to bounce back, able to lead this team, and he's an accurate passer. He's going to find answers all over the field. He's ready to take the helm for the Hoosiers today.
Rourke, with all of that veteran savvy, he's definitely earned the trust of Coach Cignetti. With more on the new head Hoosier, we welcome in our sideline reporter Shane Sparks. Shane, Cignetti is a very interesting and motivational character.
Yes, he is, Joe. He brings a very quiet swagger to Bloomington and a little bit of an old school approach. He is about production over potential. It is about winning. He's not a you-rah-rah guy. He's not going to say a whole lot, going to pick his spot, and he's going to make those words count. But don't expect him to be overly diplomatic. He is going to give you the hard black and white truth. This guy loves football. Ball's what makes him tick. He hates to lose more than he likes to win, and winning is something he has done every step of the way en route to Indiana. That inner confidence, it comes from those past successes. You guys said it. Curt Cignetti, simply put, he is a winner. Just Google him. Joe?
In his own words. Shane, we look forward to your thoughts from the sideline throughout the day. Here in Bloomington, it is a sticky day. The humidity says 52%. I don't buy it. The wind is light. The temperatures are in the high 70s. It's going to be a beautiful day for football as Indiana plays host to FIU. The Panthers, just the 4th ever meeting between these two squads. FIU won the toss. They chose to defer. Alejandro Prado will kick off. Miles Price and Solomon Van Horst are back deep for the Hoosiers. As we lift the lid on the 2024 college football season. Cream and Crimson to get the ball first. Fans rising to their feet. And we are underway. 5 yards deep and taking a knee. A touchback. 1st and 10 for the Hoosiers under the direction of Curtis Rourke, Canadian-born signal caller. Transfer from Ohio University, 5 years in the Mid-American MAC Conference. You see those impeccable numbers. Nearly 7,700 yards through the air. First and 10 from the 25 after the touchback. Tyson Lawton, one of 13 transfers from James Madison, coming with Coach Cignetti to Bloomington. Lawton in the backfield with Rourke. Throwing play, quick hitter to the outside, complete there for Elijah Surratt. Surratt, another former James Madison Duke.
Those easy plays, just a quick RPO. He liked his matchup outside. I love those plays just to get the game going, get in a rhythm, find your matchups outside. And if Indiana can win outside, it might be a long game.
Call it 2nd and 5 after the pickup of 5. Rourke sets his feet, fires again. This one's off the hands and falling incomplete. Intended for Omar Cooper.
Trying to get the ball out quick. Those balls, one-on-one matchup, you have tight coverage. It has to be a perfect ball in those quick out routes. Rourke has proven to be, he's an accurate quarterback. Let's see if they try to push it downfield past the sticks on this 3rd down.
Lawton still in the backfield, 3rd and 5. Just getting going from Memorial Stadium in Bloomington. Rourke, 3 consecutive passes. That slants on the button there. It falls incomplete, in and out of the hands of Miles Price, with Jamal Potts in the vicinity defensively.
That was great tight coverage by Potts. Rourke thinks he has a matchup inside. A quick slant. Ball's out in front, but Potts is all over that ball. Tight coverage. He's their go-to matchup man inside as their nickel.
James Evans, the native of New Zealand, Indiana University's career leader in punting average. He'll hit it. That's Dean Patterson back deep for the Panthers. This one knuckles, bounding inside the 30. And comes to rest, where FIU will get its first offensive chance of the day.
It's a great start for FIU defense. Come away with a quick 3 and out. Now they get to showcase this offense, so highly touted.
There is a flag on the field. Officials huddling up. Referee today is Reed Brotherton. It's a Conference USA officiating crew.
There is no foul on the play. 1st and 10, FIU.
Pick up the flag after the 45-yard punt. Folks, if you're looking for the Northwestern Miami of Ohio University game, go to btn.com/gamefinder right now and see where you can find that game in your area. The Red Hawks Meeting for the 11th time with Northwestern, Kewan Jenkins, nicknamed a favorite for Matt Barkley, lights out. The lefty will come out firing. This one sails out of bounds, incomplete. Intended for Dean Patterson.
It's almost the same play we saw Indiana start with this quick out. Again, they're trying to get completions early, trying to just get this game started, get them in a comfort zone, and they're going quick on the ball now.
Head coach for FIU, Mike McIntyre, says Jenkins just has it, that it factor. On 2nd and 10, Flex Joseph bottled up and forced back. A stout defensive play off the edge. Aiden Fisher, the outstanding linebacker, made the stop. Impact players, they're sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Shamari Lawrence is going to be the real tick for this backfield at running the ball, but you're going to see Aiden Fisher all over the field. Had 108 tackles last year, and up front, led by Mikhail Kamara, he's a big, quick defender that's going to hold that edge.
After the loss of 4, fans getting noisy on 3rd and 14, an Indiana defense that expects to turn up the pressure. Jenkins tucks it down, can't get away from the rush. He's sacked by Aiden Fisher. The quarterback of the Hoosier defense takes care of the FIU quarterback.
Brian Haynes talked about wanting to pressure with different looks. This was an odd look with Aiden Fisher coming off the edge. You can't hold on to it that long with a free runner. Aiden Fisher, every time he touches it, he's around the ball, he seems to make a play. Kamara's right there with him. Big pressure on 3rd down, another 3 and out.
Miles Price back deep for Indiana. Honorable mention, All-Conference USA Dayton Montiel, the punter, sends this one high. Fair caught by Price. Sending us to a TV timeout. We'll get you back to Memorial Stadium in just a few moments for more FIU and Indiana. Football on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by Unleaded 88 and by DirecTV. Through the years with the head coach Curt Cignetti, 62-year-old bench boss now for the Hoosiers, who did not become a head coach until he was 50. Now the 30th head coach in the history of Indiana football. His Hoosiers with their 2nd offensive possession of the day. Curtis Rourke with Tyson Lawton as the back. Straight ahead for Lawton, stacked up at the Indiana 45. C.J. Christian was the first man there for the FIU Panthers, whose defensive coordinator Jovan DeWitt says that he expects his team will show more speed on defense than ever.
Yeah, they've hyped up that speed, and I think one of the big question marks is whether it can hang with a Big Ten offense like Indiana, and we've seen it today already on this second drive.
We had the quick cutaway there of Coach McIntyre. He was saying, just like you, how long can we hold up defensively? They're looking for that to play out over the next couple of hours. Rourke throws. There's a flag down. There was a whistle before the start of the play.
False start. Offense, number 3. 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd down.
Matt, let's get back to our impact players. We'll do that in a moment. We'll do it now, actually. Sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Yeah, Tyson Lawton is, again, one of the tone setters for this offense. You're going to see him running the ball downhill fast. Elijah Surratt outside came in with a strong season at JMU.
2nd and 12. Tyson Lawton kicks it for the 1st down yardage, tripped up by C.J. Christian.
This is what OC Mike Shanahan for Indiana has talked about, is starting with the run game and making sure that that's their identity moving forward. He talked about, to start a good game, they wanted no turnovers, explosive plays, and a clean game. So if they can overcome that false start, keep the chains moving.
Lawton moves the chains with a gain of 15. 1st and 10 inside FIU territory. Rourke off the play action. He'll tuck it down and dive headlong, be marked at the FIU 36. Elijah Anderson-Taylor, EA to his teammates, was there for the tackle in his 2nd year with the Panthers. Rourke gets 9 on the carry.
Curtis Rourke had a knee injury in 22, but he looks healthy. Moving out of the pocket, he's got over 1,000 rushing yards in his career, so looks like a typical pocket passer, but he will make yards with his feet.
Offensive coordinator Mike Shanahan said that knee injury of the past is feeling good. Curtis has been telling him that. Justice Ellison is in the backfield now with Rourke on 2nd and short. Ellison powers his way for first down yardage. Pollard at the FIU 32. Jamal Potts made the tackle for FIU. This Hoosier offense moving smartly on its second drive. Watch out for the tight end, Zach Horton, who says he wants to be an all-conference, all-Big Ten performer this season. Kadick, the center, is the man who makes it go. He IDs everything for Rourke up front with regard to the coverages. Ellison in the backfield, takes the handoff, bounces off the first tackler and slashes inside the 25. Another tackle for Jamal Potts. But the Hoosiers matter, showing off that deep stable of running backs.
They really do. And again, that run game, get it going. They're going quick here on the ball. But Ellison is that type of guy to give a pregame speech, really rally guys up, and he just did it right there.
Empty backfield, 5 wide. They complete it to the tight end, Horton. He's inside the 10. First and goal for Indiana.
They're going fast. They're still using signals from the sideline. But with the addition of the radio and the helmets now for college football, Indiana chose to still go quick on the ball, utilizing signals, making sure that they can go fast and it doesn't just come from the quarterback.
Ellison remains in the backfield. Just shy of the 6-minute mark. Indiana threatening to score first today. Rourke, a little pop pass. Touchdown! Zach Horton.
Tell you what, Joe. Safety JoJo Evans was on the edge. I thought he was going to blitz, but he took the cheese right here. Look, right off the edge, opened up that window perfectly for Zach Horton. Just a quick toss. Easy touchdown for the Hoosiers.
Radicic on for the extra point. Out of the hold of James Evans. Kick on the way, and good. The 9-yard TD catch. Rourke to Horton. Newcomers combined, making a strong first impression here in Bloomington. A whole lot to cheer about in the first 6 minutes for the Indiana University Hoosiers. On top by a 7-0 score, Curtis Rourke, a 9-yard TD pass to Zach Horton, and Coach Cignetti's squad gets on the board. Matt, you were talking about the Hoosiers showing off, pushing through on their running game on that particular drive. They listened to you.
I think that's what they wanted on the first drive, to really get things going. And they had some runs popped, converted first downs, and ultimately found a mismatch in the end zone. Zach Horton with the TD.
McCormick kicks off. Zaquan Nopierre lets it fly over his head. It'll be a touchback, 1st and 10 for FIU. This Indiana squad playing its first non-conference home opener for the first time in some 9 seasons. They've won 11 straight non-conference home openers. They get the FIU Panthers today. Kewan Jenkins trots out for his second offensive set. Coach McIntyre in his 3rd season leading the troops from Miami.
He believes in this team. He loves the speed they have. He keeps talking about that, on both sides of the ball. Just wondering if it levels up with Indiana.
Shamari Lawrence is stacked up just outside the 25. Jalen Walker, very fast. He's the run and hit linebacker for the Hoosiers, number 2 in the cream and crimson.
One of the questions is, can this offensive line hang in the trenches? I mean, the Indiana defensive line is stacked and loaded. If they can stay healthy this whole year, they're going to wreak havoc up front, especially today against FIU.
Out of the gun, Kewan Jenkins goes through the progressions, then tucks it down. Doesn't have far to go. A short pickup. C.J. West was in there to make a stop. As we check out the Hoosiers defensively, defensive coordinator Brian Haynes was so complimentary of the front. Mikhail Kamara, they believe, has NFL-type potential, great quickness off the edge. Walker just made the tackle, and he's been all around Shamari Lawrence. In the secondary, D'Angelo Pons is one to watch, a freshman All-America last year while playing with the James Madison Dukes. 3rd and 7 for Jenkins. Floats this one, makes the completion near the sticks, very close to first down yardage, hooking up with the outstanding tight end, Rocky Beers.
On offense, they're going to try to spread things out, really find space to work with, which is what Kewan does right here. Finds that open window in between the corner and Aiden Fisher. I mean, if you can keep moving the chains like that, just taking what's there, then the big shots will open up later in the game.
8 yards on that completion. Amari Farrell, a rover for Indiana, made the stop. Shamari Lawrence is in the backfield with Kewan Jenkins. Jenkins said he wants to make better decisions with the ball this year. He was among the Conference USA leaders in turnovers last season as a true freshman. They stay on the ground, reaching the 40-yard line. Fisher and Asbury combining on the stop.
I want to see them push the ball down the field a little bit. They talk about this speed of their wideouts with Rivers, Burris, Patterson, but the question is, can they hang with the speed of IU?
Sending Burris and Rivers to the top of the formation now on 2nd and 5. Indiana clicking for a touchdown on its second offensive possession of the day. Ooh, the quick screen out there just on the mark for Rivers. He's wrapped up quickly and wrestled down to the earth. Jalen Walker plays with such a violent, sudden speed and burst.
They have 3 on 2, it looks like, right? But look at Jalen Walker. Quick contact. They don't get anything out of this. This is supposed to be a big play. Just get it out on the edge and you're on air. But again, with that speed of Indiana.
A season ago, Matt, FIU was 2nd worst in the nation among 3rd down conversions, just 28%. This is 3rd and 4. Jenkins snaps that pass out of reach for the diving Dean Patterson. The Panthers will punt again.
Number 11, Patterson.
Sticking with those quick outs and trying to get the ball out quick. I'm wondering if they're nervous of the pass rush from Indiana. Not forcing anything downfield yet. Everything's been short, within 10 yards, it seems like.
Miles Price, the Texas Tech transfer, back deep for Indiana to return the punt from Dayton Montiel. Montiel, whose college career began at Marshall, sends this one. Price, not able to make the first man miss. He's swallowed up at the 23-yard line for Indiana. 5:47 left, opening frame. IU on top of FIU by 7. Folks, next Saturday, Big Ten Tailgate is live from Penn State's campus, setting the scene for a full day of football. The fun begins at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Sunsplash crowd today in Bloomington, Indiana. Happy with what they have seen so far. A 9-yard TD catch from Zach Horton, a touchdown pass from the newcomer Curtis Rourke has given the locals the lead. Just a shade less than 6 minutes with which to work in the opening quarter. Rourke out of the gun on 1st and 10. Snaps the pass quickly. Makes the completion to Omar Cooper. Matt, with Omar Cooper, he's maturing. He's finally realizing just how good he can be.
Yeah, and he can find a way to make those 50-50 contested catches. This is just a spacing route that he just dives forward and makes sure he gets as most yards as he can. Sets up a short 2nd down. 2nd and 1?
Just 2nd and 1 is correct. JoJo Evans made the stop. Ellison sliced down there. C.J. Christian, a 3-year starter for the Panthers, made the tackle, but Ellison picks up enough for the first down yardage.
Curtis Rourke can keep taking these quick completions. mean, he's going to turn into something special this year. For the last 4 quarterbacks that Cignetti's coached, each of them have been the player of the conference.
You used the word unflappable. So far, so good in the first 10 minutes?
I mean, nothing's really gotten to him yet, so we'll see if something happens dramatic that could test that.
1st and 10. Rourke gets out of there. Slings this one incomplete, intended for Omar Cooper. We can share time with our sideline reporter. Shane Sparks has more on the quarterback.
Yeah, Curtis Rourke looking to give some stability to this position. Indiana has not had a quarterback make it through a season since Peyton Ramsey back in 2018. Last 3 seasons, at least 9 quarterbacks have attempted at least 1 pass. Good start here for Rourke. If he has a great season, the Hoosiers could sneak up on some people in the Big Ten. Joe?
Shane Rourke has Black with him in the backfield. Give it to Kalon Black. Quick feet diving out near the 44-yard line. Dwight Nunu made the tackle in his first year with the Panthers, a junior college transfer from Dodge City.
With as much talent and speed as Indiana has outside with their skill players, I think they're going to win the ball in the trenches, running it downhill like that, just moving the chains, controlling the tempo of this game, controlling the line of scrimmage. That's going to keep this ball moving forward.
Big guys up front: Smith, Evans, Kadick, Lynch, and Wedig. Setting the pace for the running backs. Black, a do-it-all back. His receiving skills have improved as well. 3rd and 3. Here comes some pressure off the edge. They get it into the hands of Miles Price quickly. He picks up first down number 6 of the opening quarter for the Hoosiers.
IU may have known a little blitz was coming there. They got the quick screen out, and this time it worked. Sneak up underneath for the first down. Sometimes all you need is 3-4 yards.
Fans looking on, watching the offense heat up. 5 yards there on that last completion. Tyson Lawton gets into the game. Transfer from James Madison. He's a 7th-year senior. Indiana has 4 of those on the roster. On 1st and 10, Rourke with plenty of time to throw. Wide open on the crossing route. Complete to Cooper. Cooper cut down by Christian. Deep now inside FIU territory.
That's why offensive coordinator Mike Shanahan wanted to emphasize the run game. Because as soon as you get the defense to step up like that, this crossing route comes in, Cooper's wide open. I mean, JoJo Evans should have been there on coverage, but when you have a wide open receiver, take it all day.
And take it for 28 yards. Indiana moving again near the tail end of this opening quarter. Tyson Lawton, the quiet guy, stays in the backfield. Indiana over 100 yards of total offense in this first quarter alone. Tyson Lawton wrapped up and stopped by Giovanni Davis, another first-year performer with the Panthers, a transfer in from Tennessee Martin.
Head coach loves his speed, and he showed it right there. Again, this is a game of speed, and how does all the transfers both from JMU coming to Indiana, how does their speed look today? And again, how does FIU with a Big Ten matchup look?
Giovanni Davis, an outside linebacker that's been repositioned as a defensive end. 2nd and 9. Rourke takes the snap. Little end around here on the reverse. Miles Price smacked out of bounds. JoJo Evans was in there along with Christian, the 2 safeties, to make the stop.
FIU had to study a lot of JMU tape because they had nothing to go off from last year with all the new faces, and they weren't ready for the wrinkles like this. You have to prepare for base offense and what you can normally expect, but then throw in a little reverse like that and it mixes things up.
12 yards on the ground for Miles Price. Outstanding in camp, according to the offensive coordinator Mike Shanahan. 1st and 10 Hoosiers. Tyson Lawton finds a seam. Lawton, high step into the outside. Touchdown, Hoosiers. A 13-yard gallop.
Lottie, as his teammates call him. I mean, give him the ball all game. If you're going to focus on this run game and make sure you're starting the season off on the right note, let's just ride Tyson Lawton all day.
Nicholas Radicic in for the extra point again. Played in just one game last year, did Radicic. Making sure they were coming back from sports hernia surgery. Didn't want to rush him. One TD through the air, one on the ground. Compliments of Tyson Lawton. Making people miss on his way to the house. Indiana in cruise control early against FIU. The Panthers coming in from Miami, Florida. Tyson Lawton there getting some rest on the Hoosier bench after a 13-yard TD run, which followed a 9-yard TD catch from tight end Zach Horton. It's the Hoosiers by a couple touchdowns with just over 80 seconds remaining in the opening quarter here at Memorial Stadium in Bloomington. McCormick's kick pounded through the end zone for another touchback. Joe Beninati, Matt Barkley, Shane Sparks, your announce team. Matt, you're looking for FIU to get its offensive game on track, and you think it has to come through the air.
I think so, and we need to see, has Kewan Jenkins really improved since his freshman start last year? And if he can move the ball, and we've seen him be an efficient passer, but they haven't really thrown it downfield. It's all these little RPOs and quick hitters. They need yards, they need points, throw the ball downfield.
Coaches and players will tell you about Kewan Jenkins. He won't shrink under the pressure. They'll roll him out here on 1st and 10. He gets clobbered, and the pass is incomplete. Aiden Fisher has been all around the football. There's a flag down, and Fisher puts up an immediate protest. Did not appreciate that call at all.
The refs are talking right now. Probably talking about how he was outside the pocket.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer with high contact. Defense. 15-yard penalty to the previous spot. Automatic first down.
He's getting out of the pocket here. Trying to... Oh, his helmet to helmet. There it is. Hit him in the head. Can't do that. You know, sometimes a big penalty like that is all you need on offense to kind of get the drive going. Now they got good field position on the 40.
Fisher saying that he was wrapping up around the shoulders. Jenkins will throw. Pitch and catch there on the outside with DJ Washington tracked down shy of midfield.
You just brought pressure there. I think they were a little mad about that call. They just tried to bring the heat. Kewan Jenkins, good job finding an answer outside. Aiden Fisher, known as the White Wolf to his teammates. And again, you're going to see him all over the field in the backfield, pass disruption, filling gaps.
Shamari Lawrence in the backfield, as predicted by offensive coordinator David Yost. A lot of pre-snap movement for the Panthers. Lawrence with the carry. Wrapped up quickly on the interior. Tyreek Tucker going to get credit for the tackle. They'll move the chains. FIU with first down yardage into Indiana territory.
Coaches couldn't hype up Aiden Fisher's intelligence. I mean, he runs the defense, the QB of the defense. I mean, Tyreek Tucker there with a tremendous stop right up the middle. FIU needs, they need to run the ball and push the ball downfield on play action.
Fisher, third team all Sun Belt a season ago with James Madison, led the Dukes in tackles. This is 1st and 10. Kewan Jenkins, the lefty to throw. Sets his feet, taking a deep shot. It'll sail out of bounds. Looking for Juju Lewis. Jameer Johnson in coverage, bringing us to the end of the opening quarter. 15 minutes done in Bloomington with football on the Big Ten Network. The Hoosiers, plenty of excitement around a new season starting at home and off to a flying start. Indiana held FIU to just 23 yards in the opening quarter. They lead by 14 as we send it to field level. Shane Sparks with Kurt Signetti.
Coach Signetti, what stood out to you in that first quarter?
Couple good drives on offense and some 3-and-outs on defense, solid special teams. second and long on offense. We've made a few plays. So got to keep it going. Got to stop them here. Didn't love that penalty that they called there. I thought that was a legal play.
Thanks so much. Enjoy the game.
Thank you.
Second quarter unfolds. Jenkins complete to Patterson. Sean Asbury and Jalen Walker there to make the stop. Just tuning in with us, touchdowns from Zach Horton and Tyson Lawton, giving Indiana the lead.
I think FIU's trying to figure out who their go-to receiver is. They've lost 2,000-yard receivers in the last 2 years. Is it going to be Eric Rivers, Dean Patterson? And they got to find some deep threat in this game.
Star receiver Chris Mitchell transferred to Notre Dame. He won Jenkins. Going to keep this one. Bear hugged at the 45. Jalen Walker made sure of it. Walker, who was Coach Jaywalk back in the spring, he was rehabbing from a shoulder injury.
I mean, he's on the freak list that the Athletic put out for a reason. He's just making plays everywhere. It looks like he could be fast enough to be a safety, but he's filling gaps and closing in on tackles like that.
Fourth down and 6. Shamari Lawrence in the backfield. A season ago, FIU was 16 of 33 going forward on fourth down. Jenkins to throw. Protection breaking down. Has a man wide open. It's complete. First down, Panthers inside the IU 30. Josiah Miamin with a flag down behind the play. Miamin in his third year with the program, transfer from Iowa.
Personal foul. Offense number 56. 15-yard penalty to respond to foul. Repeat, fourth down.
That's referee Reed Brotherton flagging J.D. Lee, the right tackle for the Panthers.
Oh, that hurts when you have a big game like that on fourth down.
Negating an 18-yard pickup.
Just when you think you got some momentum and things are starting to change, you just get taken back like that. Oh, that hurts.
Dayton Montiel will punt. 3 straight years on the Ray Guy watch list for FIU's number 25. Miles Price back deep for the Hoosiers, camped out at the Indiana 25. Officials sorting things out before this fourth down and 21. FIU, a season ago, 4-8. They were 1-7 in Conference USA. Kurt Cignetti taking over for Indiana. Last year, 3-9, 1-8 in Big Ten. Here's the penalty. 56 holding off on James Carpenter.
Where it'll be fourth down.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Montiel set to hit it from around the 33. Spirals this one, but there was another whistle before the play.
It's under review.
Replay official here in Bloomington, Johnny Price.
Today's official reviews are brought to you by Indiana 811, who reminds you to always contact 811.
Officials chatting there with head coach McIntyre, arms crossed on the FIU sideline.
811, at least 2 full working days before you start. Visit Indiana811.org.
1 minute and 44 seconds into the second quarter. An official review here at Memorial Stadium. Reed Brotherton in conversation with replay officials. Indiana jumping out to a 2-touchdown lead. Big Ten Conference Replay Center in Rosemont, Illinois. State-of-the-art technology, working collaboratively with the replay official here in the stadium.
After review,
Looks
ball
like
be placed at the
Matt
41-yard
Barkley's
line.
basement there.
What'll be 4th down.
So after all that, the football placement remains at the 41. Dayton Montiel will punt. Miles Price is back deep. It's a pretty sweet look at the replay center in Rosemont.
Oh, it's special. It blows away.
Did they borrow TVs from you, or?
They must have taken out all of them from the computer store next door. It's a sight to see.
Early stages of the second. On a sticky day in Bloomington. Fans turning out for IU's season opener. This is a hanging punt, driving Price back. He'll fair catch it inside the 10. They'll mark it officially at the 7. Curtis Rourke and the Hoosiers back at the offensive wheel right after this. Fans, you can experience the expanded Big Ten Conference like never before with Big Ten Plus. Stream thousands of non-televised live events across the Big Ten. Plus, enjoy next-day game replays for every Big Ten game. Subscribe right now at BigTenPlus.com. Indiana rocking the cream and crimson today here at home at Memorial Stadium. After a 52-yard punt has pinned them deep, it's Curtis Rourke with Justin Ellison in the backfield on 1st and 10. Cooper in motion. Ellison looks for a crease. Hammers his way out to the 12. Dwight Nunu plays with very heavy hands in the estimation of defensive coordinator Jovan DeWitt. Pickup of 5 for Ellison, who was Coach Signetti's first transfer commit when the new coach came to town from James Madison. 2nd down, let's call it 5. Into the flat for Price. Gets a block, makes 2 players miss. Still spinning and whirling out across to the 22. Nunu again will get credit for the tackle.
This is the advantage of running RPOs when you want to really run the game and establish that, but you like your matchup outside, you see that defender creep it in and you throw it out, let your playmakers make plays in space. What was that, 3-4 missed tackles? Keeps going. Powerful runner right there. Quick bubble screen, just get it out.
Molly Osborne, the athletic trainer for FIU, out there to tend to a fallen player in the secondary. It's Jamal Potts who needs assistance. Just now getting back to his seat. Jamal Potts, 3rd year as a full-time starter. Potts, who hails from Delray Beach, Florida. 58 players, or 91 players actually from Florida on FIU. Potts, one of those. Another guy who was offered by Big Ten Minnesota.
Wanted to stay home, and I mean, he made an impact last year with 63 tackles. Kind of holds it down in the pass game and filling gaps in the run game there. As a nickel, holds it down for the secondary. If he can't come back, that might be a tough spot to fill.
Both of these teams with so many new players on the roster. FIU has 45 new guys on the 24 roster. They do return 14 starters, Potts among them. We'll see how long he'll be on the sideline. Ellison is in the backfield. Coach McIntyre's squad trailing by 2 touchdowns on the road. You see the rushing advantage so far for the Hoosiers. Rourke, short drop, complete, right on time there to Surratt. He's wrapped up, spun around by Brian Blades, who defended a half a dozen passes last year, tops on FIU.
I mean, he's one of their go-to targets, a Bolitnikov watch list. He's made plays, and if he's going to stick with one-on-one matchups, you're going to take easy completions. I keep doing that all day, Curtis Rourke.
Surratt gets 7 there. Changed his body in the offseason through nutrition, plenty of work in the weight room. Ellison has room here. Ellison plants a foot in the ground and dives out to the 38-yard line. 1st down yardage for the Hoosiers. C.J. Christian, 5th leading tackler a season ago for the Panthers, made the stop.
I mean, this all starts up front. See Mike Kadick there, just the anchor of the O-line, opening this up. And Ellison bounces that outside, shows that speed. I mean, he's such a leader of this offense. Coach has said he just holds guys accountable, makes sure everything's running smoothly.
Kadick told us he just wants to stay level-headed. Thinks that the center position could be his best path to the NFL. Rourke throws off the hands of Cooper. It falls incomplete.
Maybe Barnes might have got a hand on that. That was a tight window to try to fit that RPO post in behind those linebackers. You can see it right here. Fakes him. Oh, good reaction. Stick that arm. Get a little piece of the ball. That could have been a gash play. Barnes with the stop.
Keep our eyes peeled for 6 in the white. Travian Barnes, old school tough, tremendous athlete. Reserve linebacker. Rourke to throw on 2nd and 10. Protection breaks down. He's buried.
Go down.
It's out of there and throws it away. After Jeremy Passmore, the former Hoosier, had him in his sights, Rourke pulls a Houdini effort. McIntyre thinks that the quarterback's elbow was down.
Picked up the ball. Incomplete pass.
Passmore's arguing for a look at this one.
Is he down there? Ball's loose, regathers, and continues the play. Brings up a 3rd and long situation.
A free play.
Flag down, free play. Juggled in and out of the hands. It'll fall incomplete there. Miles Cross. Curtis Rourke and Miles Cross both coming to town from the Ohio Bobcat program.
5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
I mean, Brian Blades he's shown he can hang with these guys. He's been step for step on routes, on short routes, a deeper route right there, a free play when quarterback just throws it up thinking you're going to get something, if not 5 yards, and Blades was right there to make the stop.
They flag Steven Shannon, expecting him to be a big factor today. 5 with his interior quickness. 3rd and 5 for Rourke. Wide open there, complete to McCulley. Donovan McCulley into FIU territory. Travian Barnes made the stop. McCulley, who came on with a vengeance late in the season last year.
He's a force for him. And again, quick little spacing routes is a way to move the ball. If they're going to keep playing this soft zone with this quarters coverage on defense, and you just take those 4, 5, 6 yard little hitches, then you're good.
Turned out to be 9 there for Donovan McCulley. He wants to be more of an efficient route runner this season, former quarterback. Rourke out of the gun on 1st and 10. Tyson Lawton, a short gain, if any. Stopped in there quickly. JT Anderson made the tackle. McCulley, in need of repair, heads under the tent.
Looked like a helmet-to-helmet a bit when he went down there. Ooh, right there. Neck twist a little bit.
Rattled by JoJo Evans. Rourke getting right back to the line of scrimmage with Tyson Lawton. A whistle and a timeout called by Indiana.
They're first.
9 minutes, 25 seconds to go in the opening half. Curt Cignetti's first game at the wheel of the Hoosiers. On top over Mike McIntyre's Panthers.
Hey, look, I'm super fired up about this opportunity. I'm not taking the back seat to anybody and don't plan on starting now. Purdue sucks.
Back on December 1st at Assembly Hall. That's the way to make an impression.
Make a splash, why don't you?
Rourke will throw out into the flat for Price. Price, bear hug, the loss of yardage here. There is a flag down. Curt Cignetti, son of a coach, his dad Frank, a Hall of Famer. Curt told us, you know, I speak in black and white terms. That was pretty black and white back at Assembly Hall.
A little fired up right now about that call, too.
Offense, number 13. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Yeah, Signetti said he doesn't say a lot, but he does make every word count. And calling out Purdue is one thing, but calling out Ohio State and Michigan, that's saying something.
Successful coaching career for Curt Cignetti. Look at what he's done in the last couple of years at James Madison in the Sun Belt Conference. Honored as Coach of the Year for his efforts and able to take a team transitioning from the FCS to the FBS and roll them right into the top 25. High hopes here for Indiana. The coach was telling us yesterday, you know what, people don't expect very much from us. Let's go out there and prove people wrong this year.
Yeah, he loves that underdog mentality, and really everywhere he's been, he's turned around. And the big question moving forward, right, this is FIU, but how does that mentality and the production over potential and all his mantras translate to winning Big Ten football?
Coach checking things out in a 14-0 lead. We're just past the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. Third down and very long. 3rd and 21. 4 receivers in the pattern for Rourke. Tucks it down, gets away from the pressure. Looking downfield, lobs this one. Oh! Speared a tremendous catch by Miles Cross. The transfer from Ohio brings them out of their seats with a marvelous catch.
Curtis Rourke extending this play. You think he's down? Nope. Big body gets out of the pocket. He's telling his receivers where to go. That's a little treacherous throw, but what a catch.
30-yard gain, then Rourke fumbles on the exchange. Ball's down. Right at the FIU 31. They scramble for the recovery. And it'll stay IU ball after that 30-yard catch. Miles Cross, who has that rapport with Rourke from their days together with the Bobcats at Ohio.
These are just little things. You're tired, you just ran out of the pocket, you try to pull it, but it's those little fundamentals. You just got to make sure that's a clean exchange so at least you get some positive yards and don't threaten the turnover.
Turns out to be a loss of 2. Ellison's in the backfield now on 2nd and 12. Justice Ellison wrapped up around the ankle, stopped shy of the 25. Travian Barnes continues to be active from his linebacker position.
This has been quite the drive. We've had running game downhill, screens, penalties, bringing them back. Big conversion on 3rd down with that catch. That might make top 10. Look at getting hit, one hand, keeps it off the ground. That was Cross making an impression.
Rourke now over 120 yards through the air. This is 3rd and 7. Short drop, plenty of time. On the button to Cooper. Cooper wrapped up. Forward progress stopped right there, and the play brought to a halt. Hezekiah Masses will get credit for the tackle. He's FIU's best cover corner.
Again, easy completions. If they're there, just keep taking them. You're moving the ball this entire drive. You're taking what's there. You haven't forced any throws beside that 3rd down.
14 first downs now for Indiana in this first half alone after the pickup of 10.
And you got to feel good about that in this first half.
Shade more than 6 minutes with which to work in the opening half. Tyson Lawton in the backfield. Lawton already with 1 rush TD today. Price in motion. Rourke. Crossing route to the tight end, Horton. Leaps 1. Gets bounced out of bounds. Bumped there by C.J. Christian at the end. Tied up 2 with Reggie Peterson, the outstanding linebacker for FIU. Walls was in there putting pressure on Rourke.
This is a great design. Fake the run, roll out the other way and throw it backside to Horton on that little crossing route. Even though they had zone coverage, just the mismatch and misdirection, you don't know where your eyes should be as a defender. And, you know, to keep moving the ball, they've controlled this whole drive, running every type of play.
1st and goal. Bamba in motion. Lawton straight ahead. Not much. J.T. Anderson close by. Brings up a 2nd and goal for the Hoosiers. Time ticking in the opening half. A gain of 1. They say of Tyson Lawton, when he plays with an edge, you can feel it. He's trying to carve his way to a touchdown now for the Hoosiers, already with one of those via a 13-yard jaunt in the opening quarter. Rourke on 2nd and goal. Lawton again, blocks in. Touchdown, Tyson Lawton.
I think everyone in the stadium knew they were going to run the ball right there. They had everyone in tight in a condensed formation, and that was just a statement. We're better than you up front. And to pound it in like that, Lawton, again, just making it work.
Langston's the long snapper in his first year here, 3 with Georgia Southern. James Evans is the holder. Radicic's extra point try is just fine.
Curtis Rourke just making plays this whole drive, controlling the ball, showing his experience. Miles Cross with a top 10 catch right there. Lottie pounding it in, running full speed ahead.
Tuesday, it's a can't-miss top 10 women's volleyball matchup. Penn State taking on Louisville. Coverage begins 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. 21-0 for the Hoosiers in this opening half. Seeking some shade there on the sideline. Temperatures in the high 70s today. Sun splashed afternoon. Threatening skies early in the morning. Turned out to be beautiful for Indiana's season opener, entertaining FIU, the Panthers from Miami. First game of the season for them. This is a touchback. Powerful leg of Derek McCormick in his first year here. His 6th and final year of eligibility. Kicking off for the Hoosiers this season.
Joe, I wonder if we're going to see what Lights Out is all about.
Lights Out, the nickname given to Hewan Jenkins off of a strong freshman year.
This is the time to turn it up.
Better than 2,400 yards through the air a season ago. David Yost, the offensive coordinator, says good players make good coaches. Here's that jet sweep, looking for Samaj Demps. Demps, not a big man, but extremely quick. Converted running back, now in the wide receiver room. Jalen Walker gets credit for another tackle.
Jay Walk. I mean, he's been a freak all over this field. Looks like a safety flying up on those jet sweeps.
KJ Owens is in the backfield now with Jenkins on 2nd and 6. Eric Rivers in motion. Jenkins to throw. Completes that one into the flat for his trusty tight end, Rocky Beers. They love his versatility.
They're trying to push it downfield, and Jenkins does a good job of just taking what's there, taking a completion in the flat, but you can see that they know they need to score some points. They need to get the ball down the field, and it brings up a big 3rd down. IU looking with a pressure look right here.
3rd down and 3. Fans getting loud. Jenkins checking with his centers. Couple of them today, Ming Zahn and Wyatt Lawson, expected to see duty. They're without John Bach. This is a design QB draw. Jenkins close to 1st down yardage. Looks like he has it on 3rd and 3.
You saw Jenkins looking at his wristband there. He's getting the radio from his offensive coordinator who's telling him what to do. And so they give a look. They didn't like what the defense was showing. Changed the play to that QB draw. Ended up being a 1st down. Good play.
Jenkins once again checking his marks. On 1st and 10. Bunch formation to his left. Short drop. Complete underneath there for KJ Owens. Owens tracked down and stopped at the FIU 43. after a pickup of 8. Jenkins now trying to get into some rhythm late in this opening half. 2:45 separating us from the halftime report, sponsored by Old Trapper. Coach McIntyre shielding his eyes from the sun on 2nd and 2. Owens to midfield and then swallowed up by Sean Asbury, the second transfer from Old Dominion.
IU, they're trying to turn it up right now. You think they're up by 21, let's just play it safe, but they're blitzing and they're leaving gaps open like that where a safety has to come in and make the play down the field.
We've seen KJ Owens lately. We'll see Shamari Lawrence in the backfield now after that gain of 7. We haven't seen as much of Lexington Joseph, nicknamed Flex, back this season after missing all of last year with a torn ACL. We're at the 2-minute timeout. We'll step aside. Indiana in front by a 21-0 margin here at home in Bloomington. Matt Barkley, it's time for our team comparison. It's sponsored by Ace Hardware.
I mean, look at this difference in yardage. We're not even at the end of the first half. We already have 242 yards for Indiana. FIU just can't find a rhythm to move the ball. They've tried the quick RPOs, quick passing, can't get the run game going. They need to find an answer quick before this gets out of hand.
Fast approaching the top of the hour. That is Matt Barkley. I'm Joe Beninati. Shane Sparks on the sideline. Tip of the cap to all the men and women in our technical crew here and back home in Chicago. Jenkins will keep this on the ground. First call of the day for reserve linebacker Isaiah Jones making the stop there. Defensive coordinator Brian Haynes wants the defensive line, especially loves his front seven, says go and eat.
Oh, he was excited about that matchup today against FIU's line, and so far it's working out for him.
The timeout
Indiana,
taken.
Their second.
Indiana asks for the timeout and gets it. The 21-0 advantage. We'll have you back to Memorial Stadium in 30 seconds. Band members warming up. Just about time for them to show off at the half. It's 21-0 in favor of Indiana with 100 seconds to go in the second quarter. FIU, the Panthers, providing the opposition today, coming in from Miami, Florida. D coordinator Brian Haynes, appreciative so far of the shutout efforts of his gang. Shamari Lawrence is in the backfield with Kewan Jenkins. Huge advantage in total yards for the Hoosiers. Beers tripped up, wrapped up, and finished off there by Jameer Johnson.
You can only get so much just throwing these quick outs and flats. Push the ball down the field. You got to get past the chains against this IU defense.
Indiana without JoJo Johnson in the defensive secondary today. Jenkins to throw quickly underneath there for Rivers. Rivers gets undercut. Marked at the Indiana 35. Amari Farrell gets the tackle. Rivers, a special player, flies around the field, picks up 11, and has the Panthers moving late in the second quarter. Shovel to Shamari Lawrence. Lawrence bouncing off of Fisher. Fisher gets enough of him to bring him to the earth in the final minute of this opening half.
FIU, they're first. 30 seconds in length.
We'll step away, get you back again in 30 seconds time. Just a reminder, coming up, stick around for the halftime report, sponsored by Old Trapper. Dave Revson, Brock Vereen, Marcel Reese taking care of matters. We'll have a first half recap. We'll show highlights from all around the Big Ten. Matt, it's been a week full of Big Ten football. Began on Thursday, more games last night. Chock full of the schedule this afternoon and evening. DJ Washington in motion. Jenkins snaps for Rivers. Rivers forgot something there. Didn't make the catch. It's incomplete.
It's the same play we just saw a few plays earlier. They liked it, came back to it. I thought Rivers was kind of going to be that guy, that #1 receiver. The ball is put perfectly right on the numbers. It's something you just got to secure. Help your QB out a little bit.
Offensive coordinator Yost said the special power for Jenkins is his accuracy. That was a beautifully thrown slant.
raves about it, and that was accurate throw. You're going to need a few more of them to finish this drive with some points.
FIU 3 for 6 on third down conversions today. They're 3 for 5 out of the pistol. Straight ahead, wide open spaces, cutback move. First and goal for FIU. A sharp-looking run for KJ Owens. D'Angelo Pond stopped his opposite number 5 from the touchdown.
FIU, their second.
FIU taking the timeout with 52 seconds remaining in the half. We can do just the same. Off to commercial. Back in a moment.
Aiden Fisher here. You're going to see him on the edge. He's plugging this gap. But it's Vincent Sneed on the outside who really needs to fill that contain. He doesn't get down quick enough. You see that little clap. He knows he messed up. Run right through the middle. KJ Owens just up
and then the touchdown pass.
Quick.
Jenkins to Rocky Beers. Gets FIU on the board. It was the 22-yard run from KJ Owens that set the table. Rocky Beers clicks.
Tight there.
They're going for 2. Flexing back into it now for traditional point after touchdown kick. See Beers reaching for that hammy. Extra point try. Sent up and true. Place kicker Chase Gabriel capping off a touchdown drive for the Panthers. It's 21-7. Back for the conclusion of the first half after this. Rocky Beers with a touchdown for FIU just a few moments ago. Chipping away at Indiana's first half lead with 48 seconds to play in the second quarter. FIU with a scoring drive there of 75 yards. Quite an improvement, Matt, we can tell on the screen from the opening 3.
Well, they need to get the run game going, and they sure did there. Capped it off with a beautiful little toss-up. Kewan Jenkins.
Jenkins, 11 TDs a season ago, 11 INTs, and he lost a Conference USA high 5 fumbles. Off and running, Van Horst. Angles his way across the 25.
18 on the reserve for the Hoosiers.
Curtis Rourke steps off the sideline for the Hoosiers. Getting an earful.
44 seconds is a lot of time. I mean, with the timeout and the clock stopping with first downs, they could move this down and get some points on the board before the half.
And you watched Derek McCormick convert in warm-ups from better than 60 yards.
Now he's got the wind at his back, too. He's their big boot that can get it through.
Rourke on the handoff for Justice Ellison. Wrapped up immediately. Eddie Walls was the first man to put a hat on him. Time ticking down closer to 30 seconds remaining in the quarter. It was 14-love Indiana after 1. 2 teams exchanging TDs in this second frame.
Just gonna run it out.
Time left in the half at 10. Halftime report sponsored by Old Trapper. Coming your way, Kurt Signetti's first 30 minutes as head coach of the Hoosiers. Going along quite nicely with his squad on top 21-7. Fans were here early, tailgating outside Memorial Stadium, anxious to see how the new look Hoosiers would perform. So far, so very good. Shane Sparks feel level with a coach.
21 points, coach, in that first half. What impressed you most with your quarterback, Curtis Rourke?
He made some good plays early, but look, I didn't like the last 7 minutes of that second quarter. Sloppy, even on the third touchdown drive on offense. some really bad football and some really bad football on defense. We got to learn to play when we're a little bit fatigued and learn to play with a lead, and they get the ball first.
What's the message at the half? Thanks, Coach.
We are done with 2 quarters. Coach having a little fun with Shane. Strike up the band in Bloomington. Hoosiers on top. A halftime show is presented by Old Trapper. Here now, Dave Revson, Brock Vereen, and Marcel Reese.
Welcome in. It's the Old Trapper halftime. Dave Revson, Marcel Reese, Ashley Adamson, Brock Vereen. Let's take you through some of the earlier games in the Big Ten. And we start with 25th ranked Iowa taking on Illinois State. Hawkeyes offense stagnant in the first half, spectacular in the second. Cade McNamara to the freshman Reese Vanderzee, one of his 2 touchdown grabs. McNamara second half, 13 of 14. 3 TD passes. Didn't have Caleb Johnson in the first. They had him in the second, Marcel.
Absolutely, Dave. He gets in the second half, hits the ground running right through the first level, straight to the end zone untouched.
40-0. Hawkeyes, they had 492 yards, more than in any game last year.
Not the only shutout we saw in the early going. How about Indiana State, Purdue? And how about Hudson Card, a record-setting performance in the season opener? 24 of 25 through the air, 4 touchdowns in 3 quarters of work. Not a bad day, Brock.
7 different wide receivers with a reception in the first quarter alone. By game's end, 4 different receivers had a touchdown. Hudson Card getting closer to finding that consistency that Purdue needs.
96% completion rate, of Purdue program record.
How about Maryland and UConn picking up in the first quarter? Marcel, this run game was clicking. There goes Nolan Ray.
Great vision on the ground. He's weaving through traffic, gets a block downfield, and again, give him 6.
They went over 240 rushing and passing. Third quarter, Billy Edwards, 20 of 27, 311 yards. Ty Felton breaking tackles here. He had 178 receiving yards. 13th straight non-conference win for Maryland, including bowls. Only Georgia has a longer streak nationally. And Marcel, let's break these games down a little bit and start with the Terps. Billy Edwards was phenomenal, a long way from 6 for 20 in the bowl game last year, which was a win. But, man, this offense was clicking.
Exactly. The last time we saw them on the field was in that bowl game against Auburn and didn't have his best showing, even though they won. So he started off the season exactly the way he wanted. He was accurate. He was moving the ball around to different receivers and had a great game. They were hitting explosive plays and very accurate.
629 yards of offense. Pretty good.
Not a bad day. Iowa's offense. We get to talk about that for the first time. It seems like a little while. Not great in the first half, but the second half it was a totally different story. Cade McNamara felt like he got his confidence.
Certainly a tale of 2 halves, and the return of Caleb Johnson to that running back room. We didn't see him in the first half, but in the second half we saw him, and things just got in shape. But one thing that was consistent throughout the entire game, defense and special teams. Just because the offense has a resurgence doesn't mean that Iowa will stop being Iowa.
Iowa's wide receivers, 3 touchdown catches today. They had 3 all of last year.
It's a new day.
It's a new day for the Hawkeyes. A new day for the Big Ten. Look who we got on our air tonight. We got the Big Ten debuts for both Oregon and Washington. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific for the Ducks. And Washington, little Big Ten after dark. We'll see you at 8 Pacific time. Kirk Cignetti's debut in Bloomington going quite well. Thank you, Zach Horton. With the players he brought with him from JMU on the receiving end there. 7-0 Hoosiers at that point. It's 21-7 Indiana at the break. We welcome you in. The Old Trapper halftime. What's your beef? Dave Revson, Marcel Reese, Ashley Adamson, Brock Vereen. We got a loaded day of football, and the Hoosiers looking pretty good here. 3 touchdowns offensively. Defense has been solid as well.
Fantastic. I'm most impressed by the chemistry with quarterback Curtis Rourke and his receivers. You have spring ball, you have training camp, but you don't know what that chemistry really is until you are under the bright lights on game day. He's locked in. That receiver room is locked in. Go ahead, Cignetti.
I'm the running back, so I'm looking at the run game always, right? And I'm looking at the way Indiana is executing their run game. Their offensive line is showing up. They have 5 different rushers ball carriers with positive yardage for 95 yards in the first half. I'm extremely impressed with how they're executing.
And you got 31 transfers in and no turnovers and just 3 penalties. That's pretty impressive.
I feel like Signetti's on brand. He said at the half, look, yeah, I didn't love those last 7 minutes. A little sloppy. So you can be up 14. I'm sure he's going to have plenty to say in the locker room.
Yeah, it looked like they were on pace for 21-0, and then FIU scoring late. But again, still a comfortable lead for the Hoosiers, up 2 scores. So running through the rest of the action going on early in the Big Ten. Northwestern, what an unbelievable setting this is. Northwestern Medicine Field at Martin Stadium, temporary home for 2 years while they build the new Ryan Field. They've built the defense under David Braun. Kenny soars there, one of 3 sacks from Cats. Offense has been stagnant, though, 3-3 with the Redhawks at the break. Penn State looking good. Massive weather delay at West Virginia, but you can't delay this guy. Nicholas Singleton gone.
Right through the hole, weaving through, in for 6. I love seeing that from the back.
27-6, Penn State taking it to the Mountaineers, Ashley.
Ohio State and Akron. Will Howard, first start in the shoe. There was so much hype, Brock, for Jeremiah Smith before the season, and we're seeing why.
True freshman wide receiver 1. Why not? Anything's possible at Ohio State.
Responsible for 2 touchdowns in the first half. It's 17-3 Buckeyes. UTEP at Nebraska. Dylan Raiola, they're fired up for that era to begin. First touchdown pass of his career coming right here to Isaiah Naylor. 15-22, 192 yards, 2 touchdowns in his first half. 30-7 at the break over UTEP, Dave.
We got lots more to come on the show as we continue to take you through a busy day of Big Ten football. It's our Big Ten Live football halftime.
The Big Ten Network Halftime Report is sponsored by Old Trapper.
What a season it promises to be for new Big Ten member Oregon, a number 3 preseason ranking, tied for the highest in school history. They will host Idaho coming up at 7:30 Eastern. It's the next game here on the Big Ten Network.
Today's big impact research takes us to Indiana University, where researchers are improving the health of one of the globe's most important pollinators, honeybees. Bees play a vital role in human food security and the agricultural industry in the U.S. and beyond. By studying the bacteria in and around the bees, researchers have identified that some bacterial microbes provide nutritional benefits to developing bees, which can help strengthen the declining population. Hoosiers put the sting on the Panthers in the first half of play, outscoring FIU 21-7 after 30 minutes. Joe Beninati and former USC standout quarterback Matt Barkley joining you on Big Ten Network today. Matt, I know Coach Signetti is a tough grader. The last 7 minutes he wasn't thrilled with. What in specific was getting under the coach's craw?
I don't think he liked the last drive on both offense and defense. The penalties, the mistakes, just the little fundamentals that he's preached this whole offseason. And when his team isn't performing the way it should, he's going to be upset about something. So I don't know what that halftime speech looked like. I bet he riled the troops to come out firing. FIU really needs to pick it up. They've been outscored in the second halves of almost every game last season. And Coach McIntyre talked about their theme for the year was grit. So they need to show that right now.
A touchback to start quarter number 3 here at The Rock, Bloomington, Indiana, home of the Indiana Hoosiers, who've been playing football since 1900. Scored the first 3 touchdowns of the day against Mike McIntyre's squad. Coach getting a response from Rocky Beers late in the opening half. It was a 7-yard TD catch after Indiana had strikes from Zach Horton and 2 from Tyson Lawton. Cream and Crimson out there to defend, starting this third quarter. Flex Joseph, who's been a full go through all of fall camp. Matt, he's back from that ACL injury of a year ago. Stopped by Isaiah Jones.
Yeah, Flex led the team in rushing 2 years ago before his injury. And don't count him out, but again, we're seeing stops. FIU's trying to get the ball running. They're trying to get something going. but this Indiana front seven is a force to reckon with.
Coach Haynes was bragging about Kamara and West and Carpenter and Linnell Carr as we have the 2nd and 8 with Joseph still in the backfield. Jenkins to throw. Underneath, that pass was juggled and caught, reeled in by Dean Patterson for a first down pickup. Our first half check-in is sponsored by Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate.
I mean, look at these stats. This is lopsided for Indiana. I know Cignetti wasn't too happy, but they're in favor in every stat yard. I mean, what's helping is Indiana has stayed out of third downs. They have 15 first downs compared to FIU with only 7. And, I mean, this is yardage that they're putting up in just the first half.
On 1st and 10, Lex Joseph wrapped up quickly. It was Nana Burris. 9, not 8.
That was another tackle for loss. And JMU led the conference last year in tackles for loss. Bryant Haynes knows his scheme. He plays it well, and he's got the men up front to make it click.
18 in the cream and crimson, Andrew Turvey making the stop there. First call of the day for him. Brings up a 2nd and 13 for the Panthers in white. Keewan Jenkins sends Nana in motion. Quickly out there on the perimeter, and not much room at all. As we can visit with our sideline reporter, Shane Sparks. He had a chance to catch up with Mike McIntyre.
Yeah, Joe, Coach McIntyre told me he felt pretty good about the way the offense moved the ball. That last drive, of course, was huge. Gives them some confidence here in the second half. But defensively, they just shot themselves in the foot. That big personal foul, they couldn't get off the field on third down, gave up some big plays. That led to points. For FIU, the theme this season is grit. They got to keep playing hard and find some grits in this second half. Joe?
Ball across the middle, Shane. It's knocked down. D'Angelo Pons there defensively. The theme of the season that Shane's referring to, grit for FIU. Last year it was we over me, and in McIntyre's first season, it was elevate.
They need to do all 3 of those things to make this half worth it. And when you're down by 14, you need to show some grit. Doesn't matter how hot it is, what the score is, what time of game. Show that you can push through it.
4th and 10. Dayton Montiel to punt. Beautiful high hanging spiral. Price with a fair catch. He'll make it inside the Indiana 15. We'll duck away. When we return, we'll see the Hoosiers on offense for the first time in this second half. On top by 2 touchdowns. My, oh my, how things have changed in the Big Ten Conference. Look at it since 1950. Matt, expansion, expansion, expansion.
We're moving west. I mean, we added Nebraska, Maryland came in the mix a little bit, and then, you know what? No more Pac-12. Let's add these West Coast teams in. Add some storied programs like we talked about, and these games are getting exciting.
18 teams, no more divisions. Tyson Lawton's in the backfield with Curtis Rourke. It's Lawton who will slash out to the 20, tackled by Elijah Anderson-Taylor, who lost some 20 pounds since last year.
He did, and we're seeing these Big Ten offenses. This isn't the ground and pound like we've seen in the past. They're spreading it out. We're seeing a lot more air attacks, and these quarterbacks are impressing each week.
If you missed the opening half, Lawton with a couple of rushing touchdowns. Give it to him again. Tyson Lawton, largest run of the day across the Indiana 35. Reggie Peterson just there in the nick of time to make the tackle. The former special teams captain and the primary linebacker for these Panthers.
Look at this hold up and up. This is just who wants it more. Stretch it wide, get vertical, put your foot in the ground. Lottie just gaining yards. And again, does the FIU defense show that grit that they need to right now to turn over the ball?
15-yard gain. Indiana doubling up FIU in first downs today. On 1st and 10, Lawton, who's over 100 yards, pounds there with a shoulder down, drills into Jamal Potts. Hezekiah Masses also there for the tackle. A steady dose now, Matt, of Tyson Lawton.
Yeah, they have a stable of backs. They said they were going to see who's hot, kind of ride that hand each week. Got to feel good about that if you're Curtis Rourke and knowing you have talent all around you, including Surratt. Yeah.
Black, Ellison, Green. Right now it's Justice Ellison in the backfield on 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Mike Kadick with a shotgun snap. Rourke, short drop, complete there to Miles Price. Price stopped in his tracks by JoJo Evans, who was ineligible last year for the Panthers. It's a first down pickup for the Hoosiers.
Again, I like what Curtis Rourke is seeing. He knew he was hot off the edge there, found his quick little hot route, and Miles Price just knows how to just work that slot and find the open zones and just dive upfield.
We hear Curtis Rourke's confidence is on the rise. He's been displaying it again today. Stick this in the belly of Justice Ellison. Ellison with another big run. The Hoosiers churning out yardage on the ground. JoJo Evans made the tackle, but not before Ellison picks up another first down.
I mean, what an advantage to have all these backs that can just hit it. They're all pretty similar in size, and I mean, to be able to just find the fresh legs. You know, whoever's feeling good right now, just put them in, and it's going to work.
14 yards for Ellison, who said playing in the Big Ten is a surreal experience for him. Coming in, the transfer from Wake Forest. Horton, who had a touchdown in the first half, is in motion, the tight end. Shoulder shrugs there from Rourke as he's tracked down and tripped up. Finished off by Jeremy Passmore. Passmore, who returns to Bloomington, the former Hoosier, with a sack.
They tried to get a double move on this play. He thinks he has time. Just a 5-man pro. He can't hold on to it that long with a rush. I mean, great job on defense. Eddie Walls has been talked about. Coach Mack loves his speed, and he showed it there, just not letting Curtis Rourke get away.
Giovanni Davis in need of repair there. Davis receiving attention from the athletic trainer, Molly Osborne. Giovanni Davis, a transfer from Tennessee Martin, second team Big South Ohio Valley Conference a season ago. Making his way wobbly to the sideline. Davis and Shannon, Passmore and Walls, the starting front for Coach McIntyre. FIU fell behind 21-0 today. A late first half score, a touchdown catch for their talented tight end, Rocky Beers. Now, Coach Mack's team attempting to stiffen defensively. A 2nd and 13. 9 minutes to go in the third. Rourke to throw. Goes through his progressions. Gets out of the pocket. Lowers his shoulder and gets brought down. Elijah Anderson Taylor there. Keegan Davis as well. Tracking down the IU quarterback.
EA number 1. You'll see him there. He lost 20 pounds this offseason to be more agile. And it showed there, keeping contained as almost a quarterback spy there, making sure no big play happened down the field.
They love him as an in-the-box tackler. This is a third down facing Curtis Rourke, who hails from Oakville, Ontario, Canada. Out of the gun on 3rd and 13. Tight end Horton. The receivers checking to the sideline. They reposition Justice Ellison. Work it quickly to Price. Price angling his way through into that second level. Stop shy of the yardage to gain for the first down.
Looks like 4-down territory. Offense is staying on the field. I like that call. You know, if you know it's 4-down territory, you have 2 plays, just get some of it back. Quick screen like that puts you in 4th and manageable.
4th and 4 to be specific. Justice Ellison remains in the backfield for the Hoosiers on their initial drive of this second half, almost halfway through the third quarter. Rourke will throw. Put some touch on this. Great catch. Ellison out of the backfield, able to get a jump on Reggie Peterson. Wonderful touch on this ball from Curtis Rourke.
Well, that's a matchup he knew before the snap. I'm sure he got the play call in when they checked to it, and he knew exactly where he was going. See, he looks it off, but when you have your running back running out on Peterson there, I mean, I'll take that matchup every single day. And it's so open sometimes, you just got to make sure you complete it. And he did. Perfect.
For a gain of 19, Lawton takes the toss. Looks like he wants to throw. That pass just falls short. A little trickeration there intended for Omar Cooper. Just short.
Should have put Donovan McCulley on that throw. Former quarterback might have completed that. Already mixing in some gadget plays. I love the timing of that. The fake pitch, get it outside, wide open, Cooper. Oh, that's one you're going to be replaying in your mind later tonight. Just short. It's hard throwing with gloves, too.
You told me you hated it last night.
I can't do it.
Rourke on the give. Tyson Lawton strung out there, spun around and wrapped up by Shamir Sterling, the true freshman who is very advanced, very mature for his age.
Elijah Anderson-Taylor, too, putting pressure to force him to bounce, and they had good contain. They're playing more sound, it seems like. Again, this is still a long drive. Indiana's just eating up the clock. I don't know if Signetti's happier now or
He's animated, very animated on the sideline. His team's over 300 yards in total offense today. Coach sees his gang facing a 3rd and 10.
FIU just subbed in almost their whole defense, getting fresh legs, knowing some of those guys are tired so they get a pass rush.
Rushing 4, Rourke with plenty of time. Elevates that one too tall, looking for Omar Cooper. Cooper running stride for stride with Antonio Patterson out of the backfield. Patterson, a converted running back into the safety position. Time for field goal chores for the Hoosiers. Nicholas Radicic had a 21-yard field goal a season ago against Indiana State. This one will be marked at 35 yards out of the hold of James Evans. Kick on the way, end over end, and good. 35-yard field goal for Radicic improves Indiana's lead 24-7 here in Bloomington. Coming up, Big Ten history will be made when number 3 Oregon takes on Idaho. Then Washington squares off with Weber State. It's all to come right here on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Idaho and Oregon, the 60th matchup all time. That goes back to 1901. Weber State and Washington meeting for the first ever time. Football fans here at the Rock Memorial Stadium in Bloomington enjoying the Hoosiers' 24-7 lead over visiting FIU, the Panthers from Miami, Florida. Touchback sends us out to another commercial break. We'll carry right along with third quarter play in just a few moments on Big Ten Network. Indiana Hoosiers have 8 home games this season, the most for them since the 2013 campaign. A season opener with FIU and 24-7 in favor of the hometown Hoosiers. The last strike on the board, a 35-yard field goal from Nicholas Radicic. As we turn our attention back to Kewan Jenkins, number 1 in the white for the visiting FIU Panthers. KJ Owens is in the backfield on 1st and 10. Jenkins will throw, launching this one, throws it away. It falls incomplete. As we send you to Shane Sparks, he's with Indiana AD Scott Dolson.
Scott, what excites you most about this new era of Indiana football?
I'd say Coach Sig has just got our fans. From the minute we announced Coach Signetti, I just tell you, he is just absolutely, people are, I've been around for a long time. I haven't seen people talk about Indiana football the way they do right now. It's been great. He's been awesome.
What traits make him the right fit here in Bloomington?
You know, we put together a list of all the qualities we thought that an ideal coach would look like here. What are all the traits, whether it's an existing head coach, a person who understands the quarterback position, all these different traits. He absolutely hit every box. He checked every box. And really, he's also, from a personality standpoint, he's just a perfect fit. Our fans just really relate to him.
You're an Indiana native. You've been in this athletic department for 4 decades. What makes this place so special?
You know, really it's the people. I meet with recruits all the time. I met with a really great basketball recruit before the game today. And I always say to them, look, we got facilities, we've got a lot of the things other schools have, but it's the people around here. They really care, they support our program, and it really is what I think distinguishes us as a university.
Thanks for the conversation. Thank you so much, Scott.
Thanks, Shane. Appreciate it.
Joe, back to you.
Scott and Shane, we appreciate it. Linnell Carr and Mikhail Kamara jogging off to the sideline after a sack of Kewan Jenkins. That's going to force FIU to punt. Coach Signetti, Matt, that confidence is contagious. There's that winning mindset that Athletic Director Scott Dolson was speaking of.
Everyone believes in him. I'm starting to believe in him too with this start.
Miles Price back deep to return this punt. Collects it at the 30. Brings it along for an 8-yard return. There is a flag down on the play.
Legal bottom
Miles
of the back.
Price is
Receiving team number 13. 10-yard penalty. 1st and 10.
Miles has never scored a special teams touchdown. He'd love to change that this season. Getting some refreshments on the sideline. We're back with more in the third after these messages. Matt Barkley, it's been a good day so far for Curtis Rourke, the quarterback here for Indiana.
He's doing a good job of just playing within the system, using his legs when he needs to, finding the open receivers and just taking what's there. He hasn't done anything glamorous, maybe beside that drive before the half, but he's just playing consistent, and that's what his team talked about. 15 for 21, 180 yards, and he's just doing the right things today.
Included among those 15 completions, the incredible catch from Miles Cross that led to a scoring drive for the Hoosiers. 1st and 10, just a shade more than 4 minutes left in the third. Protection breaking down. Rourke escapes well and is dropped by Jamal Potts. There is a flag down. Jamarion Solomon has been active in the interior of the FIU line.
Offense had 5 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
That's not the first time we've seen Curtis Rourke shed a defender like that at will. I mean, that 6'5", 225 frame just making guys fall off him.
Kurt Signetti's offensive coordinator, Mike Shanahan, said we want to play clean today in a season opener. Sometimes you can be plagued by penalties.
Especially in the second half when you're getting tired, you got to stay focused.
Justice Ellison in the backfield. Emerging from the grandstand shadows, he launches himself to the 24. Shamir Sterling makes another tackle, the freshman who played at Treasure Coast High School in Florida. A gain of 9 for Ellison.
FAU defensive coordinator Jovan DeWitt talked about trying to mix things up with different fronts and different blitzes. I don't know if they found an answer for this run game, whether it's just holding the front, penetration, or different blitzes, different looks to kind of confuse them. Nothing's working yet.
2nd down and 6. Rourke hands to Ellison, cuts it back. Ellison taken by the shoelaces there by C.J. Christian. 20 first downs on the day for the Hoosiers. Ellison says he wants to be resilient, detailed, dominant this season. He gains another 9. Drinking it all in on the sideline. Told us that Coach Signetti's confidence is contagious. This was his only transfer visit to Indiana. He knew he was coming through the portal from Wake Forest. On 1st and 10. More ground game. Tyson Lawton. Stopped there. Elijah Anderson-Taylor teaming up throughout the day, Matt, with Reggie Peterson. A really good 1-2 punch at the linebacker spot.
Yeah, I thought we'd see him making more plays today. You know, in the third quarter, he only had 1 tackle at one point, and they found a way to get to the outside on a lot of these inside zone runs Indiana's doing. They keep bouncing it. to get to the edge, and FIU hasn't had an answer to really contain that yet. But, I mean, that doesn't take away anything from who Reggie Peterson is as a linebacker. They just need to find answers.
Lawton, the transfer from James Madison after 5 years at Stony Brook on Long Island in New York. Handoff straight ahead. Giovanni Davis first to put a shoulder in there for the tackle. Indiana's ground game better than 150 yards and counting now. 90 seconds remain in the third quarter, which seems like it's gone by in a blink.
I mean, when you're running the ball like this, and look at whenever IU substitutes, FIU is taking their time getting out the field. They're trying to give their defense a little break, let them catch their breath. Hopefully it works right here to make a stop.
Out of the gun. Rourke will throw. Deep drop. Throws this one on a crossing route. There's a flag down. Pass was incomplete. Looking for Keyshawn Williams, another transfer from the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest. Antonio Patterson celebrating with CJ Christian.
I want to see a contested ball thrown to Patterson. I mean, the DC said he has the best hands on the field. That's saying something about a safety with the best hands on the field.
Apparently, number 62, 10-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
They get Drew Evans here, Matt. Tough left guard.
Yeah, they're playing a little game up front. He thinks he's slanting outside, rips underneath. I mean, at that point, you're just trying to protect your quarterback by any means. You don't want him to get hit at all, and if it ends up in the hold, again, it's not clean football like Cignetti has preached, but even with a 17-point lead, they're hanging in there.
6 flags now on Indiana. Drew Evans has been the most improved up front of the offensive linemen for the Hoosiers through camp. Curtis Rourke facing a 3rd and 14 now with a minute to go, and a flag comes in.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. It's third down.
That's referee Reed Brotherton. Conference USA crew today. FIU, based in Miami, 1-7 in Conference USA play last year. Defending Conference USA champ Liberty is predicted to win the league again. Stepping up and squaring off with the Big Ten Hoosiers. Lawton, great acceleration. His first step is lightning fast. He's wrapped up by CJ Christian.
Ran over Miles Price, who was blocking for him.
Get out of my way.
He's running with power. Again, it's 3rd and 19. You're not going to try to force anything downfield to get a turnover, and FIU knows that. They're just playing conservatively, just try to stop the bleeding there, and see what their offense can do now.
Dean Patterson back deep for FIU. James Evans, a native of New Zealand, puts the foot into this one, driving Patterson to the sideline for a fair catch. Chance for us to take a quick break, just a 15-second break. We'll be back before you know it with Indiana on top. Just as FIU jogs in off the sideline to take over now, tail end of the third quarter, under the direction of Kewan Jenkins. Offensive coordinator David Yost said that they added plays from Jenkins' high school days to get him more in rhythm and more comfortable.
He wanted him just to be able to find, what works. And he likes empty. See if empty works.
Splashes out across the 20, does Kewan Jenkins. Jalen Walker will get credit for the tackle. The same Jalen Walker who had 23 QB pressures a season ago at James Madison. A pickup of 2 for Jenkins as the third quarter comes to its end. 15 minutes to go in regulation. Mike McIntyre's squad trailing on the road in Bloomington. IU strong from the outset and now looking to finish up strong at home. Curtis Rourke, the quarterback for the Hoosiers, has been leading the charge today.
Yeah, we know he can be unfazed, and he has been today. He hasn't made really any mistakes, just putting the ball in the right places, avoided tackles like that. I mean, he's played well, very well. He's had open receivers and hit him every time. If it's not there, he's not forcing it. which is good to see. And, you know, he's doing a good job leading this offense.
Just getting going now. Top of the hour time in Bloomington. Complete to Nana Burris. Burris chased down there, dropped at the FIU 35 by Tyreek Tucker. Folks, our QB comparison is powered by Unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind.
I mean, Keywan Jenkins hasn't played bad. He's just throwing it short the whole day, and some of them have hit like that last play, but he can't find anything open downfield, and I don't think he has the time to really just sit back in the pocket and let the ball, you know, fly down the field.
You asked yesterday during the week of preparation how much Keywan is able to change at the line of scrimmage. It sounds like less this year than last.
They've simplified it for him, just making it easy, almost built into the plays with whether it's an RPO or the protection checks. He doesn't have to do a whole lot. They just want him to play fast.
Short drop over the middle, perfectly timed pass there. Complete to DJ Washington near midfield. A first down gain for the Panthers. Mikhail Kamara, the quiet man off the edge, so tough, so unpredictable with his moves. Helped to make the tackle. FIU going quickly. Flex Joseph's in the backfield. Joseph across midfield. This is the same Flex Joseph who says one day he wants to be the mayor of Miami.
Wow, lofty goals. I like that. And what FIU is doing right here, I think they need to go fast like they did at the end of the first half. Almost their no huddle, if it's 2 minute or not, just get plays going. You need points. And that's when Keywan works best.
Jenkins sets his feet, gets flushed out. Jenkins throws back across his body to Flex Joseph. Joseph, another first down pickup inside the Indiana 40. Flex Joseph studying for his master's in communications. Changed his diet, gained strength. He almost quit the game after the knee injury. He learned patience, though. FIU's up to 11 first downs. Jenkins off the pump fake, tucks it. Sidesteps one, gets tripped up by Jalen Walker.
Jenkins brought down by number 2.
J-Walk all over the place. Keywan Jenkins had Eric Rivers. He took his eyes off just a second too early. Had him running wide open on the backside. But, I mean, we're announcing Jalen Walker's name again. He's been everywhere.
Defensive coordinator Brian Haynes, the only coach to visit him during his high school days. Jalen Walker. Keywan Jenkins sacked at midfield. They get home. Andrew Turvey with the sack. A loss of 8.
Comes off that edge nearly untouched. Man, this front seven is something. They play fast. They play with great technique. I don't think FIU's O-line can hold. They've mixed up centers even for the offensive line of FIU, trying to find an answer.
Congratulations abound for Turvey on the sideline. It brings up a 3rd and 16. Just past the 3-minute mark in the 4th. Jenkins climbing in the pocket. He'll keep it. Keywan Jenkins tracked down and finished off. Josh Sanguinetti, first call of the day for the safety in the secondary. Crafty veteran, a redshirt senior. Lots of experience. Made 4 starts a season ago.
On your feet, Hoosier.
It's 4th down and long. KJ Owens in the backfield. They drop out of a blitz look. Jenkins over the middle into trouble. It's picked off. Intercepted and picked off by Jamari Sharp. That's Farrell. Amari Farrell on the interception. Ball deflected, and Farrell makes the takeaway. The rover in the Hoosier defense.
Tip drill. Got to get those. I mean, you got to try to make a play. You try to, as an in-cut thrown behind him, and when it gets tipped like that, it's never a good thing. Great play, Amari Farrell, keeping him rolling.
A few moments ago, Keywan Jenkins picked off by Amari Farrell.
I mean, he has time for a change here and is able to throw it downfield. It's His ball's just a little behind him. He's got to turn back. Ball gets tipped. Farrell's in the right place at the right time for his first interception.
Farrell, who played significant minutes as a true freshman a year ago. Kewan Jenkins has been on the sidelines as Rourke gets the Hoosiers back running with Tyson Lawton. Matt, there's new tech on the sidelines this season. They're using iPad Pro and Air.
Yeah, they're able to watch full video clips of the plays that just happened. So, you know, in the NFL, we're used to just getting a picture, a snapshot, but they're able to watch the full replay on the tablets, both in the sideline and on the booth, to get a big picture of what just happened. I'm sure they're talking over what could have gone differently there.
On 2nd and 7, Rourke out of the gun. Handoff for Tyson Lawton. Lawton tripped up there on the perimeter. Cutting him down was Brian Blades. Second year as a full-time starter at the corner. There is a flag down on the play.
Holding, offense, number 3, 10-yard penalty, it's 2nd down.
They flag Omar Cooper in this instance. Coach Cignetti pacing on the sideline. Offensive coordinator Mike Shanahan, who's been with Coach for a while now, says, you know, I have to keep my thumb on Omar. There he's penalized. Just about 5 minutes into the 4th. Indiana jumped out to a 21-0 advantage in this game if you're joining us a little late. Joe Beninati, Matt Barkley upstairs. Shane Sparks on the sideline with you. Shout out of thanks to all the men and women in our technical crew. This is 2nd and 17. Lawton not going far. Spilled at the 40. Travian Barnes will get credit for the stop. The transfer from Georgia Military College. I loved Jovan DeWitt's description of Barnes. He called him a creature, and in the best possible way.
He shot through that gap and made a great play. That was very creature-like.
Specimen out there, the junior, one of 91 on the roster from Florida for FIU. On 3rd and 16, Rourke fidgets, then fires downfield, has his man. It's incomplete. He was looking for Miles Price. That ball jarred down to the ground. Jamal Potts was there in coverage.
Oh, they knew exactly what coverage they were getting there. On that long down, he's eyeing that middle of the field with the too high safety look. Just a hair late. If you can get it out on time, there'll be a big gash, but Potts has been all over the field today. Collision. You'd like to see him come down with that ball, even in a big-time catch, but, man, see if FIU can get something going here.
James Evans set to punt. He started every game of his career. This one's a tail dragger. Dean Patterson makes the fair catch. FIU gets the ball back. Still 9 minutes with which to work, trying to rally in the 4th on Big Ten Network. Big Ten football is sponsored by State Farm and by Auto Owners Insurance. The news of the hiring of Curt Cignetti. Billboards abounding all around campus, all the athletic facilities, heralding the arrival of Curt Cignetti, who's never had a losing record in 13 seasons as a head coach. This his first game running the ship in Bloomington. Jenkins throws over the middle. That pass caught by Josiah Miamin. We understand Rocky Beers, the outstanding tight end for the Panthers, is out for the remainder of the day. Matt, we saw him reaching for a hamstring earlier.
Didn't look too good there.
Pickup of 5 for Miamin. Flex Joseph in the backfield. Jenkins, his pass on target out there, complete for Dean Patterson in his 4th year with FIU. D'Angelo Pons, the outstanding corner for the Hoosiers, there to make the stop. They call him extremely sticky, bouncy defensively. Joseph wandering to the interior of the Defensive front, Fisher and Jones, the linebackers combined to make the stop. This will bring up a 4th down. Trailing by 17 on the road. The Panthers are going to keep the offense on the field. Going for it on 4th and 1. Mentioned last year they were extraordinary going for it on 4th down. 16 of 33. 0 for 1 today. Ejon Owens, they call him KJ. He's in the backfield. Give it to Owens. Pounding his way off of right tackle. And it's close. The Hoosiers think they stopped them short. Burris and Carpenter. Expected to see 9, 10 of the big men up front. They do give FIU the 1st down pickup as CJ West, powerful interior lineman, makes his way to the sidelines. West, who turned down offers from LSU and Texas A&M in the portal. Jenkins with plenty of time, crisply puts that one on the mark. That's a catch at the 47-yard line by Dean Patterson. Patterson's definitely got the eye of Jenkins in this 4th quarter.
He keeps targeting him, and whether it's a hitch or a curl or something, hit some people in stride. Like, you want some moving targets to hopefully break one. I mean, if they keep just catching and getting down, I don't know if they'll have enough time to come out on top.
Jenkins sending a man in motion. Rolls out to his left, and he'll flick it away. Kewan said to offensive coordinator David Yost, you know what, you call it, I'll make it work. He's not one of those guys who wants to necessarily control play calling at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he did that last year. I think it was a lot on his plate, so he's just trusting the system right now to make it work. I wonder if he's telling Yost, well, maybe let's pass the ball down the field a little more, maybe get some chunk plays, some gashes.
Looking at his wristbands and the packet that's on his hip, you kindly shared some of your old game plans with Shane and me last night. The amount of information on those things is amazing. Jenkins sets and fires. That's reeled in there, but incomplete. Shooting for Meeman again. The 2nd-string tight end with Beers on the shelf, injured earlier in the game today.
Yeah, David Yost comes from an air raid background where it's those full field progressions, just moving the ball fast down the field, and they've kind of tweaked that this last year to be more split field read, which means his eyes are one side or another based on the coverage.
Yost has worked with some amazing quarterbacks in college. Chase Daniel, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, Blaine Gabbert among them. This is 3rd and 10. Jenkins will throw. Or will he? Not enough time. Sacked by Marcus Burris. Brian Haynes, the defensive coordinator for Indiana, felt like he could get home with 4 rushers today. Hasn't had to blitz like crazy.
This is the matchup he was excited about. Watching this line just work. 4-man rush, you're putting a running back on a defensive end. 6'5", 286. I mean, I don't know about that. He's trying to just cut him. He runs right through him for the sack. This front 7 is something.
Burris, the transfer from Texas A&M. It's a loss of 9. 4th down and very, very long. Coach Signetti watching his defense out there, trying to turn the ball over on downs now with 5.5 to go in the 4th. A timeout has been taken by FIU. We'll step away, get you back to Bloomington in just a few moments. Tuesday, it's a can't-miss top 10 women's volleyball matchup when Penn State takes on Louisville. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Great season of Big Ten volleyball ahead. Those musically inclined in the stands, enjoying what they have seen this sun-splashed afternoon, high 70s in Bloomington. 24-7 for the Hoosiers over the Panthers with 5.5 to go. 4th and very long over the middle. They look for a little razzle-dazzle. That pass, was it complete to begin with before the lateral?
I don't know if he had possession.
I don't know if he ever had possession of the first catch before the lateral attempt.
over to the stick anyway.
This is going to be a turnover on downs to Indiana.
First and 10, Indiana.
The Hoosiers take over with 5:26 separating them from victory lane. KJ Owens getting a quick lecture on the sideline after this.
This is a three-man rush, prevent defense. They try some trickery here with the hook and ladder. I mean, that's got to be a little bit of desperation mode on a long fourth down like that.
The tight end Miamin had it long enough, I guess, and then put on the turf. Rivers not able to complete the fourth down conversion. Indiana takes over. This Hoosier squad beginning a new season. Last year at 3-9, they were 1-8 in the Big Ten. Next game coming up, they've got a Friday night game, third straight year. Indiana's playing a Friday night game. Getting our first look now at Elijah Green as they go 4 deep in the backfield for the Hoosiers. We've seen Lawton and Black and Ellison throughout the day. Elijah Green in his first year with the Hoosiers, you'll see him 21 in the cream and crimson, a transfer from North Carolina.
This whole backfield is all new. For all these fans watching, all these running backs are new faces.
They signed 5 transfer running backs,
The
did the
previous play
Hoosiers.
is under review.
We understand now as you hear Reed Brotherton saying that the previous play is under review. Coach McIntyre pleading his case to the side judge. We'll see now if this is going to be ruled catch or no catch. Miamin chest high there. Bumped by Farrell.
Looks like he caught it, made a football move. I mean, he had hands on it enough to toss it back. Catch, 1, 2, toss.
Sure, he wasn't down before the lateral, was he? The knee wasn't down.
Didn't look like it. I'm sure Indiana would love the incompletion for field position.
Replay official Johnny Price here in Bloomington. Reed Brotherton, the referee, checking it out. This is an FIU squad under Mike McIntyre that will christen Pitbull Stadium next
Stadium.
week. Pitbull, I knew you'd love that.
How about that? Mr. Worldwide representing 305. You see it on Coach McIntyre's chest right there. They've kind of taken that on as they plastered it over the whole school. Football program really bought into it, representing the city.
Makes the sports venue the first in the world named after a music artist. In fact, the Panthers' next 4 games will be played in South Florida. Let's check in with our rules analyst, Mike Pereira. Mike, what do you see here?
Yeah, well, the question is it a catch or incomplete pass? And to me, as you guys talked about, he does control the ball, gets a foot down, and then attempts to pitch it backwards. That's a football move. So to me, it is a catch and a backward pass. Either way, it's still going to be a 4th down because he doesn't reach the line to gain. So you're just talking about a difference in yardage.
Where it is that Indiana will take over. Mike, we always appreciate the input. Thanks very much from Los Angeles. Rivers then grabbed it off the turf, and he was the one who was trying to complete the yardage to gain. Kewan Jenkins heads back to the phone for more conversations. All of this with 5:26 to go in the 4th.
After further review, it's Indiana's ball, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
You hear it straight from the referee's mouth.
Well,
Coach Signetti continues to prowl on that sideline. Cignetti, who said that wins equal belief, then confidence, then full stadiums. Good crowd was on hand today, watching his teamwork in command against FIU 24-7. 14 points put up on the board in the first quarter by the Hoosiers. A day when Tyson Lawton has rushed for a couple touchdowns. We get back to work at the Indiana 49. Elijah Green is the running back. Rourke going for a deep shot down the middle. Deflected away. Looking for the speedster Anderson Kobe off the Hoosier bench.
I'll tell you what, Brian Blades has been all over the field. He is making plays, tackling, making great plays. Look at get his hand right there. Oh, he wanted an interception. He was going for it. I like the aggressiveness by Indiana, taking a shot versus quarters look. They know they have their matchup. That ball is just a little further out. They got a shot.
Hoosiers over 350 yards of total offense. Elijah Green with a crease. Green gets it inside the 40. JoJo Evans there to trip him up. Matt, let's take a peek at what's ahead for Indiana on the schedule.
Well, they have the easiest schedule in the Big Ten, and they travel the least. I mean, they're only traveling 4,800 miles, kind of sticking around home. I mean, those bye weeks come at nice spots, especially after Michigan, before Ohio State.
$5 if you can tell me the nickname of the Western Illinois squad they play next week.
We need to do some research on that.
Leathernecks. 0-11 last year, by the way, the Leathernecks. Time continues to tick, 4.5 to go in the fourth. Elijah Green, transfer from North Carolina. Back in 2022, he led the Tar Heels with 8 rushing TDs. He picks up 11. Redshirt junior from Roswell, Georgia.
His dad played in the NFL with the New York Jets.
Oh, yeah. Victor. On 1st and 10. Green hesitates. No hole emerging there for him to run through. Quaylen Hill credited with the defensive stop there. A lot like Matt Barkley, he squats 675 pounds.
Yeah, we train together.
You better get
we just go back and forth.
You got a competition there. Back with more in the fourth in a moment. Second and 7 coming up for the Hoosiers. They're moving again deeper into FIU territory with a little bit more than 4 minutes to go in the fourth. Rourke has gone the distance at quarterback. Curtis Rourke backed up by Taven Jackson. Rourke tucks it down. Slings it to the outside. There's a flag thrown. That pass to Miles Cross complete at the FIU 13. Flag down again. We've been penalty filled in the fourth.
Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat second down.
Coach Cignetti, the look on his face, a pained expression there. Ray Lynch, listed as a very, very smart and versatile offensive lineman. Could play either guard position or center. Really come into his own during camp, but flagged there. Less than 4 to go. IU with the 9 penalties today. Green on the carry. Gets it to the FIU 30. Dwight Nunu, who's been busy throughout the day. Nunu led his JUCO team in tackles.
FIU.
They ask for time. FIU will take it. We can head to commercial break. 3.5 to go. Indiana on top.
We got to learn to play when we're a little bit fatigued and learn to play with a lead, and they get the ball first.
What's the message at the half? Thanks, Coach.
I wonder what that message was. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what the message is at the end of the game, too. Even with a win, I'm sure he's he's not the happiest with all these mistakes. I mean, you got to work these kinks out in week 1. Mistakes are going to happen, but you want to play clean football.
Rourke will throw. Squeeze there in the pocket. This one floats a bit, nearly picked off. That was JoJo Evans launching himself out there looking for the interception. Both you and Shane Sparks, our sideline reporter, said that of Coach Cignetti, he doesn't speak to the team all that often, but he wants to make every word count.
Yeah, he's not taking up a ton of time in meetings. He knows, especially as a student athlete, their time is valuable. So he's going to make sure they're in and out of meetings, but what he does say, it sticks.
He brought so many. He brought 23 coaches, players, and staff to Bloomington with him from James Madison in Virginia.
They're first.
Indiana will take the timeout this time. In control by 17 in the 4th.
Coach Cignetti, we hear it over and over again about the production over potential, and if he wants to keep that going, it's hard to always get production players every single year, right? When you're leaving from JMU, you can bring your guys with you, but year after year, it's hard. And so if he can establish this culture, this winning mindset that he's talked about, those transfers will start to come, and it'll kind of be a snowball effect. It's hard to compete in the Big Ten, but it'll happen.
Both of the head coaches today, both Cignetti and McIntyre, making turnarounds a trademark of their careers. McIntyre now in his 3rd season, pushing the buttons in Miami, Florida. Former defensive coordinator at Memphis. Watching Curtis Rourke late in the 4th. On 4th and 13, they'll go. 1 for 1 on 4th down conversions earlier today. Rourke gets out of there and then gets swarmed by the FIU defense. This will be a turnover on downs. What a day it's been for Nunu. Nunu and Davis combining on the stop for a loss of 1.
Interesting call there to go for it. I mean, I don't know if that was a power move or not. I mean, you could punt him, get him tucked inside, backed up. Maybe thought they'd just waste some time on the clock. Not even a draw or anything. But they've got the game in control.
Rourke getting an earful at the sideline, making his Indiana debut today with success. 3 and change away from being 1-0. Back to work are the Panthers in white. Kewan Jenkins, their talented QB. The lefty flushed out. Drop it off for Flex Joseph. Stopped after a gain of 2. Folks, coming up after the game, the Big Ten Live. Football post-game, sponsored by State Farm. It'll break down all the action. Busy Saturday, the end of August. Beginning of a season for these two squads. Rollout, scramble. Amari Jones has taken over for Kewan Jenkins. Amari Jones brought down just shy of the 40. Jones, the redshirt sophomore, another who hails from Florida, didn't play in 2023. His first career appearance. Shamari Lawrence stopped shy of the first down yardage. Elijah Hardy's first call of the day. Kewan Jenkins on the sideline, commiserating with his mates. Coach McIntyre said, though, he's seen him evolve, right? A preseason dinner where he was basically the court jester for all 120 guys on the roster.
Yeah, Kewan went in and dapped up every single teammate, and this has got to be a frustrating start. Nothing was really open. He didn't play too bad, but, you know, if he can continue to grow and learn, they'll have a shot coming into the season.
2-minute timeout. Back after this.
Dave Revson in our Chicago studios. Get you back out for the conclusion of your game in just a moment. State Farm postgame to follow that. We'll catch you up on all the action in the Big Ten today as I'm joined by Ashley Brock and Marcel. And then what a night we have on the Big Ten Network. Two of the new Big Ten teams making their debuts. The Oregon Ducks, the third-ranked team in the nation. They will take on Idaho. And then Big Ten after dark, Washington and Weber State. Back out to the stadium.
Winding our way to the conclusion of this one, fourth ever meeting between Indiana and FIU. The Hoosiers just a couple minutes away from being 4-0 in those decisions. Tangling now with Amari Jones, who's come off the bench to battle against Coach Cignetti's squad. Coach Cignetti making his Indiana Hoosier debut today in successful fashion. This is a 4th and short, 4th and 1. Jacoby Matthews was in motion. Jones spun around and stopped shy. Another 4th down turnover on downs to the Hoosiers.
That is fitting that
Mario Landino doing the work there, Matt.
That front seven has just been all over the place today. Just making plays. FIU didn't have any answers, and I can't say they played bad. They just got outplayed. Not a lot of bad decisions by the quarterback play. Not too many drops. Just nothing was really clicking.
Coming in, Taven Jackson now for the Hoosiers. 60.9% completion percentage a year ago. Made 5 starts for Indiana. His Hoosier debut came against Ohio State. Fabulous in a game against Louisville. On a day when the offenses went for 375 yards, a high snap. Jackson launched himself down on the football to prevent the turnover.
We saw Tyler Stevens taking snaps on the sideline before that drive. Maybe needed a few more just to make sure he was getting them back to Taven Jackson. I mean, at the end of the day, it is running the clock. I mean, you could take a knee and end the game right now.
Loss of 13, adding to a little bit of that upset stomach that Coach Cignetti is showing on the sideline. Elijah Green in the backfield. Handoff, sticks a foot in the ground and races towards pay dirt. Elijah Green, untouched. Touchdown, Hoosiers. The 49-yard sprint is icing on the cake.
Put him over 200 yards rushing right there, Joe. It's a good day of rushing for the Hoosiers. I think they're just running out the clock now. We're going to score. Put a statement on it. That is speed FIU can't hang with.
Little window dressing for Indiana. Radicic on for the extra point try. 66 seconds to go. Matt, you mentioned it. As the extra point tries right down the chute. Over 230 yards on the ground. Jackson puts it in the belly of Green. Green does the rest. Running against air in Bloomington. Folks, the final drive recaps the entire day around the conference. Tonight after football, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. A touchback here after the lightning bolt that was turned in by Elijah Green, 49 yards to the touchdown, making it a 31-7 ball game.
There's some smiles on the sideline.
First time these two have met since 2018, September 1st. That was also the season opener for both squads. That one was played in Miami, the Hoosiers winning by 10. Much more decisive today.
It's also the debut of Michael Penix for the Hoosiers.
Hard throwing lefty. Amari Jones mopping up for the Panthers at quarterback. Isaiah Jones will add to his tackle total today. They call him Bones Jones. IFC reference?
Might be.
Has to. UFC?
John Jones, yeah. John Bones Jones.
40 seconds remain. Amari Jones lets this one fly. It's low. It's incomplete. There is a flag down. Indiana gets ready for a Friday night tilt with Western Illinois, an FCS opponent.
Offense, number 42, 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Coach Signetti continues to ponder. FIU, they get Central Michigan a week from today. We mentioned their next 4 games all in South Florida. Falling to the Big Ten Hoosiers this afternoon. Owens leapfrogs across the 25. Jeff Utzinger around the tackle there, 34 in the cream and crimson. Brings up a 3rd down after the gain of 7.
That'll be the last play of the game.
Final seconds tick away. Curtis Rourke and all the newcomers for Indiana. First impressions, a very strong one. 31-7 over FIU.
Aiden Fisher all over the field. I mean, their defense made a statement today. They could hang in the Big Ten. I mean, it'll be interesting to see moving forward what this looks like, how they perform week to week with tougher opponents, but to come out starting like this, running the ball, setting a tempo, it's great.
Guys talking it over, field level, as we share time, field level with Shane Sparks.
Coach Signetti, you told us before the game you were going to learn a lot about your team today. What did you learn?
Well, we got a long way to go before we play a complete game from start to finish. Our defense had one bad series and shut them out in the second half. And offensively, we started fast, but had so many opportunities and really just didn't play very well. Teams were solid. So we've got a lot of improvement to make, but it's a win, and got to get better next week.
What were the emotions like for you today? What makes this win so special?
To me, it was another football game. I've coached in a lot of them, I'll be honest with you. The hardest part was before the game, you know, where do I spend my time, because it's a different layout and it's a little spread out. Once the ball was kicked, it was football. And I like the start we got off, and but we got to learn when we get a big lead like that to play better.
Well, congratulations. I'm sure the first one of many. Enjoy the night. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Joe?
Coach Signetti determined to change the way people think about Indiana, his Hoosiers, dominating fashion over FIU. For Matt, for Shane, for all the men and women in our crew, thanks so much for your time. Big Ten Live, the football postgame presented by State Farm. We're heading to the studio. Dave, Ashley, and the guys in Chicago.